This is a tribute to the 80s and the 90s crack epidemic in Greenville, North Carolina. Yeah, this KG right here, man, with Pierre Nelson, executive producer with Forever 22 Films. And I'm the other executive producer for Original Gangsters of Greenville. And you know what I'm saying, I'm standing on the corner of Pennsylvania Avenue, man, where it jumped off real crazy for me and my boys, the players, man. There are places and streets that hold a strong grip on black families who participated in a livelihood that will be strange to ordinary people. To all who know, you don't choose to hustle. The hustle chooses you for a better way of life to escape poverty. ASAP.
Watch your mouth when you talk to a king. Get a couple dollars, then they start to change. Fake watches and fake rings. Worried about a hoe, not worried about a queen. Phone going off, I ignore the ring. Loose females, they don't talk about a ting. Trying to stay enlightened, I ain't worried about them biting. Go ahead and copy the style I'm putting in the miles. Life get hard, still remember to smile. Do it for the living and the ones in the ground. I am God, I'm more than gifted. Moving matter what you know about physics. Looking at a hater face, it stay twisted. Look at that hater face, I made it twisted. Wanted more commas and less stress. Brought more commas and got more stress. I did. Bring the devil, that bitch wasn't wearing blue dress. Brought some devils, I had to guard my fucking flesh. For the family, I done risked my neck. If I did it wrong, I would've lost more than a collarbone.
We continue to hear more about. And tonight, Valentina Wilson kicks off a series about gangs in Greenville. It's a complicated investigation. Val, what did you find?
West police say gang members are of all races and they aren't limited to one area. They can be anywhere, but they say there are some hot spots in West Greenville. Investigators tell me the West 5th Street boys operate from 5th Street north to the river and from Memorial to downtown. Other streets known for gang activity include Pitt and Brown or the Kearney Park area, Myrtle and 14th Streets, which is in downtown, Howell and Evans, just a few blocks from J.H. Rose High School and Frontgate Drive.
Peace. We're sitting here with the founder of OG, Original Greenville. KG, we would like to know, how did you come up with this idea to start what you're doing?
Basically, man, it's like a bucket list I had when I was incarcerated. I came home in 2015 and spoke with Pierre Nelson about my vision. And, you know, since he was doing filming and everything, he helped me put it out.
KG, we want to know what made you do this, or what's driving you to do this?
Well, I feel like we are very intelligent young men down south and in Greenville as well. So I feel like we didn't have to wait for nobody to come from another city or state to come do something we can do for ourselves. I'm very into being an entrepreneur, so I feel like you put your mind to it, you can do it.
KG, we definitely would like to know, what are your goals with the documentary, and who are you looking to reach with the documentary?
Well, several goals involved in this situation, but one of the goals I'm trying to show the youth that you know, it's all right to be a unit. It's all right to be there for each other, but it's you got to build. You got to build your city. You got to build yourself and not tear down the city, not tear yourself down, not set yourself up for any failures. And at the same time, I'm trying to show the history. Let everybody that has a story to tell, let it be told, and in a fashion where people will understand it and like it, and then they can remember and reminisce and understand where I'm going at.
KG was good, man. We seen part 1 at the premiere, man. Excellent. But we're trying to figure out what's this next part that's coming, and can you explain that to us?
Yes, this is about the generals, man. These guys started before we was even thinking about getting into the game, man. They was learning how and teaching others how to get money.
Here with the original OGs of Greenville, North Carolina. I would like for everyone to introduce themselves.
I'm Terry Freeman.
I'm Dennis, nicknamed Ice Cube. Harold Too Small, Randolph G. Davis.
Derek Clark, a.k.a. Doc.
Okay, I would like to know, how do you begin to sell crack in the 80s?
How did I begin to sell crack? My brother deceased, and it was collecting money, so I decided to join in and help out. I liked what I saw, so I decided to start helping out, doing what I had to do.
And who was your brother?
My brother was Rick James, better known as Storyboarding.
Was he a big influence to you?
Poor was he?
good or bad way?
In a good way. He looked out for his community. He was well respected. He was a good guy and very loving.
You see any flaws in his way of living?
Well, we always tried. So we did what we had to do. I commend him for what he done. I have nothing else to say.
Family?
He took care of family, other families, friends, strangers.
And you, sir, Dennis, how did you begin selling drugs?
Well, I started across the river. I used to ride around and see fellas standing around, and I used to say, man, I always see them standing around these stores or these streets, and so I wanted to be nosy and see what they were doing. So I started asking questions, and then I had another real OG that just passed us years ago, told me, said, man, I see something in you, I like you, man. He said, I got something for you. And he turned me on. I don't know if I can call his name or not, but he turned me on. And I started off just wanting to buy me a hat, a pair of shoes.
Right.
So I started off nipping and diming, and it just went big, took to a headache.
So you feel like the fashion, the lifestyle was
I was into it for the fashion, not really the money until later on, because as time progresses, we get from a little bit to a little more, to a little more, to a lot. And that's how mine's got, sometimes I tell people this story. I remember once upon a time I got so big where I could crack the safe in my house and I can count $200,000. I mean, today I can't, but that's how good it was,
So the lifestyle inspired you to keep moving.
Keep moving. I never thought I thought I could just run and never get caught. But it's another side of that story.
And you sir, small, too small.
I started hustling because I wanted to support my habit. Once I started smoking weed and doing the other little stuff that I was doing, it was fun. I always kind of sort of had money. I played pro ball, so I pretty much had money, but one day I woke up and I wasn't a professional football player anymore. And it was depressing and I didn't know what direction to go in, but I was still getting high during this time. So I started, just like my brother just said, doing a little here and a little there. I might get an ounce and get me a quarter out of it so that I can maintain, and it just ballooned. And then I would do little stuff like sell a pound to a quarter pound. So it really started off kind of small, and I didn't even know what direction it was going in. Then I ran into some guys later on.
Okay, so who influenced you to go this way, this lifestyle?
I like the glitz. I like seeing the guys with the jewelry and the big cars and all the women. Early on, it didn't start out that way, but once I got into it, that's what really drew me to it. And to be accepted. Right.
And Doc, how you doing? Maybe you decided to start a slang.
For me personally, it was, I guess it was an impression that I already grew up watching. Probably, in hindsight, it probably covered up some of my failures when playing baseball, going to college, going to quit, attempting a few jobs, and then quitting those jobs, and then what was already set for me was already in my house. Drug was already in my house. Drug usage, drug selling was already in my house. But growing up in the community, it wasn't nothing for me to see drug dealing already going on. I guess psychologically, speaking about my brother Rick, when he passed away, I was privileged of getting 2 pairs of shoes. green and cream pair of air mattresses, and a red and blue pair of air mattresses. I ended up selling one pair to one of our brothers. And I kept the other pair. And as I think about that story, I think about how I put those shoes on. And I ended up quitting Dunkin' Donuts, ended up going through the community, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. And then asked somebody for a 16th. And when he failed to give me 16, this is documented already in my book. But I asked somebody else about the 16th, and he said, "Man, you should have been asking me about that." And then he gave me 2 16, and then we started selling crack.
Okay. From that moment on, was you influenced before by anyone in particular to want to hustle, or did your family member, or was it somebody in the street, like you said, a brother influenced you to want to be a hustler?
No doubt about it. Probably one of the biggest influence, but there's another name that's probably attached with that we probably can't call, but nevertheless, we wear our hats, we wear our pants, and that was not just about selling crack. It was a lifestyle. It was a clothing that we put on psychologically. So those were my influences. Yeah.
So during the time that you living this lifestyle, Terry, did you see your life change in a positive way or a negative way?
Well, I'm going to say a little bit of both. Positive because I always help people pay light bills, rent, stuff like that. But in a negative way, I was getting caught up in the game. I was getting comfortable in the game. And the money was no object to me. I made the money. And if I didn't make the money, I made the money working. So I always said work. But it was a negative and a positive too. Getting out of the game was the hardest part for me.
So Dennis, did you see any ups and downs in your movement in the drug game?
I really didn't. I mean, when I got in it and once I was in it, I didn't see no negative part. The negative part came 17, 18 years later after I had been sent away. And now you got a chance to lay down and read and think and can I go back and do that again or do I go another direction? So I choose to go another direction. But as I was in the game, I could see, I mean, that's why I was in it.
Right.
I was in it to get the money. If I had what you want, come and get it. My people got it. Let's get it from them.
Aaron, you said something about professional football. So was you hustling before football or after football?
After.
And could you elaborate on the difference between professional football and selling drugs?
Well, the professional football thing was that I kept money so I could buy whatever I needed. And I was loving my doctor saying it's the lifestyle, it's the psychological part of it. I've always hung around and raised up around hustlers, so it was rubbing off on me subconsciously. And so playing football and being around the hustlers, I didn't have to hustle because I had the money to do whatever it was that I needed to do. But again, once that died, once I didn't have that option to go to, I had to do something else. Because now, little did I know, I'm headed down the road of no return. The escalation of me getting high is called tolerance. My tolerance level went up. When I first started getting high, I could drink a beer, would get high, and it ended up being I could smoke a pound of weed and it would be all right. But the hustler gave me the ability to be accepted and to look bigger than life.
So this question is for you again. Which hustle or the football? Which one you enjoy the most?
So I made more money hustling than I did with all football together.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
I made more money hustling. And I wasn't like cute in the respect that when I made money, I spent it.
Right.
I was addicted to the money and was spending it. I wouldn't save, I wouldn't keep, and looking back on it in hindsight, it was a terrible mistake. And I have to be careful today. Because I knew if I made $2,000 or $3,000 this week, next week it's coming again, so I could spend.
Doc, we'd like to elaborate on, you say you started with a 16. Can you break that down? What is a 16?
A 16th is a 16th of, 1.6 grand, 1.6 grand on the crack rotation.
Okay.
You can break that down and make what $300 a year, depending on how you break it down, right? And it started from 1, and it started at 2, and it just, it kept growing.
So you could say you escalate and elevated from the start of a 16.
I said there was 216 that one of the partners gave me back then.
During your journey of elevating in the game, was you motivated to get more, or was you motivated just to be in a better frame of mind as you hustle?
Honestly, I just think it was hearing my name called. As I already mentioned, baseball, I quit baseball, and I got the name from baseball, Doc. I got the name from baseball, even though my stepfather's name is Doc.
Okay.
The name came from baseball, but to quit baseball and no longer have that, that award in your name, I think hearing Doc call was probably the biggest motivation, and also, being able to take care of what I could take care of, what I was doing with the surroundings and stuff like that.
We call them 5 footers for short. Yeah, I mean, and so we just in here trying to bring something new to the area, and so those who are interested in it, we're gonna have them. We're gonna have it for everybody to be able to watch. Just get in contact with us at Unlimited Cuts, or you can reach us through Facebook on Pierre Nelson page, or you can contact me, KG. We'll get it to you.
Unlimited Cuts in Greenville.
Unlimited Cuts in Greenville on Dickinson Avenue. For those who don't know that, right beside Piggly Wiggly. And that's a wrap. This question was for you, Terry. Being a woman, a female, and a mother, was that the drive that gave you, that you used to be in the hustle game?
Most definitely. I didn't want my kids struggling, begging, and not happy. So actually, my hustle game was to take care of my kids, my deceased brother, children, my brother that was fully 17 years, his children. That's what I did with my money. I lived a nice life, but I never would buy nice cars, anything like that. It was too much attention. I did a hustle like 8-hour job. Get off at 3, I hustled 3 to 11. Cut it completely off. No money is better than any money. Good money is not good money. So I made my hustle to take care of my family.
So when you say you hustle for 8 to 3, did you consider this work or did you consider this hustle?
I consider it a job. I worked 3 to 11. After 11 o'clock, across the street took over. No more. I was very picky and choosy about who came to me. And I was very, very good women. I never trusted women. I'm sorry to say it, but that was it. I didn't trust women.
This for you, Dennis. In your growth of hustling, did you have any conflicts with any other hustlers while you was out here?
No, I really didn't. To be honest, as I was going through that time, and all the other hustlers gave me a lot of respect. All of them looked up to me. We got one sitting in here with us now. He used to always tell me, well, one day I want to be like you. And I used to look at him and say, nah, man. So, everybody always gave me respect, and I gave respect. I never had beef in the street. I mean, we might have had some rivalry come from up top and want to take over my, but we had a little fun with that. I had a lot of respect.
That's good. Did you have not disclose anything, but did you have a large team or large crew, or was you just by yourself?
I had some people under my wings. I mean, they would love me to call their name, but I know I can't. But I had a lot of good soldiers behind me, supporting me. A lot of times you might see me riding, but very rare you saw me handing something out. I always had my people doing it for me. My job is wrapping my money. But I was good with people on that too, though. If I tell you bring it to me today and you didn't, I was okay if you bought it Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Like Harold said, I got plenty.
Okay, now let me ask you, when it's going on with hustling, did you ever have the visions of wishing you was back on the football field?
Actually, I didn't. I was having so much fun. It was one thing Doctor said that was very interesting. He's like my psychiatrist that it was the name. Because when I was in football, I could go anywhere in this town and little children right on up knew me. They knew the name Too Small. But after football, Too Small no longer existed. But then I was saying two things. First thing, I wanted to take a page out of the business book, get rich or die trying. I started making money so fast and it was coming in so good that, it was just great. And then, like Doc said, the lifestyle. Once I started hustling, I was like a low-key hustler to a certain extent. But I was very visible also, okay? And the thing was that the money and they heard my name now associated with drugs, and I look back on how crazy it was because the bigger I got, Doc, the more I wanted to hear my name. And that was so crazy. I had a truck. I bought a brand new Bronco truck. I was pimping out rides, and Joe didn't know what pimping out was. I put a rag top on it. I put the big wheels, the big tires on it. I put the big 501 speakers in the back. I had an alarm system. This back in the 80s now. That you would walk up to that truck and they would talk to you and say, please step away. But the crazy thing, Doc, that I did, which was just looking back how crazy I was, I had a tire cover on that truck. And on the back of that tire cover I had, I am the man. Now, if that wasn't crazy as hell, I was above myself. Like, y'all, these guys here, they were low key. Can you imagine that? I'm surprised that nobody say, hey, Harold, hold up, baby, time out. Slowly roll up. I am the man. Man, the police should arrest me for this stupidity. Don't worry about the drugs, Harold. We gonna just arrest you because you stupid as hell. I am the man.
Okay. I'm about to ask you this, when did you know you made it to a level of when you feel like you was above that 16 area, that 2-3 ounce area, that half a key area? When you know you made it that level?
That first sin and wait for the pack to come from New York. Wait for the pack. I literally said, man, we hustlers now. We drug dealers now. All that hustling and netting, but going up that highway and seeing it come back and put it on the table. We drug dealers now. I never work again. I actually said that.
What hood are you from?
Richmond Crank Park Project.
And what hood are you from?
What hood am I from? Meadow Creek, across the river, where it all started. Greenville, North Carolina. G. Vegas.
Terry Jackson, where are you from?
West Side, Greenville, North Carolina.
Dennis, where are you from?
Same style with Harold Randolph, Meadow Greenville, North Carolina, a.k.a. G. Vegas.
Doc, how did your relatives feel about you selling drugs?
I think my mom, man, I think we probably considered the black sheep. And so as I got older, I never really had to be around family, so I didn't even get that question. But I assumed that, but then knowing that it probably wasn't a good thing. But I will say this, after seeing one of my relatives again alone, I do remember him telling me that I failed the family. This is after we had got the clothing store, and I just wanted him to build a desk in the clothing store. And instead of saying, clapping his hand that I got a business, he took that opportunity to tell me that I failed the family.
How did you feel about that?
Well, in hindsight, I took him to prison with me, and I sat down in prison and thought about what he said. I thought about how he had an expectation, and maybe the family had an expectation for me to go a little bit further to play baseball. He even said that the white people didn't do nothing for me, right? And he said that they knew me locally, but otherwise I wasn't known. But the thing about it is, the people that he said didn't do anything for me did most of everything when I went out of state. I've been to 2 World Series. It was them that helped support those trips. And so I was able to sit down and write a letter to the same family member and tell them I remember that conversation and how you said that I failed the family and how they didn't do anything for me. But when I look back, nobody from the family came to baseball games. Nobody from the family gave money for me to get those trips. So that's how I felt. That's how I felt about it. But I wasn't bitter about it. It was just part of life.
And so did that conversation with your uncle, how did that affect you as did you want to get out of the game, or did you want to keep elevating, or you just brushed it off your shoulders?
Oh, I brushed that off. I was too far gone, man. You couldn't bring me back then. I was too far gone.
Okay. Dennis, how did your relatives feel about you hustling?
They didn't like it. They didn't like it, but as time went by, they saw how I was doing, and when I would bring them some money, they would smile. It was okay, but from the beginning, they didn't like it. But I'd go down there and give them $300-400. Aunt, mom, sisters, brothers, all of them was happy now, so they was glad, they bragged off me. Boy, he doing it, boy. He got plenty of money. He got a nice car. Look at the clothes he wearing. Look where he stayed. He got 2 apartments in Greenville. So they was happy.
So did that make you feel proud that you was able to do that for them and they accepted you because you were giving them money? Or did you feel like you should have just been accepted for who you were?
Oh man, that's a deep question, man. I don't even know how to answer, but I'm gonna say I don't even know how to answer that. I wish they would accept me for who I was and what I was doing. Let me do me. If I fall, I fall.
Terry, how your family feel about you getting money?
My family felt, my sisters, yoga. My brothers, we're going to keep rising to the top. Exactly.
So they supported you in your movement?
Me and my brothers supported each other. We supported each other. If it weren't for them, I don't know probably where I would be.
So you say brothers. How many brothers you had in the game with you? That many?
About 8.
Man. Y'all were trying to do a takeover. Yourself, Harold, how did your family feel about your hustle?
Like I just said, they didn't like it, but when I started bringing them money and buying them gifts and taking them out shopping and making sure whenever they needed something I was there for them, that just died away. I guess in a sense you can call it traveling with friends, but once I started getting busted, folks started falling off. They were changing phone numbers and don't want to talk to you, don't want to be associated with you. But my coach guy told us one time, everybody loves a number, and he was not lying. As long as you don't talk, but like we said, 2 times you find out where people are with you. Go to jail or penitentiary, or get sick. You're going to find out real fast who's down with you. But in answer to your question, though, everything was pretty much everything as long as I was on top of the game.
Do you have any regrets about anything you've done as far as hustling?
Today, I would say yes, because this is where I'm from, Greenville, North Carolina, surrounded by a lot of family members, a lot of friends, and I look at the product that I gave a lot of people, and now I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, so when I come to Greenville and I look at the people that I gave my product to, and some of them are a little younger than me, but they look way older than me. So I say, damn, did I have a part in that, by them taking the product from me, and so, yeah, I have regrets in it. That's why today I say I wouldn't go that route, no more. A 9-to-5 job is a blessing.
So would you, if you had the opportunity, would you help build the community back up?
If I had the opportunity and I had some support that would help back me, because I just can't do it by myself. It takes more than me. It takes a lot of us to get together and say, let's do something about this, It's more about the kids now than anything, because a lot of kids still want to be like us, They don't know Ice Cube, but somebody in their family, told them about that dude. Oh yeah, I remember him a long time ago. They might be a bigger wig. So I remember him a long time ago. That's Ice Cube, And like Dr. Harold said, that name used to be so popular, man. It used to make me feel good for people to say, man, let's go check Ice Cube out, or call Ice Cube,
That's right.
Much respect to it.
Okay. Terry, how you feel about the, do you feel like if you had the opportunity to rebuild your community, would you help?
To help build the community, because I probably have tore it down. I only regret anything is that I gave our children that horse. But the game itself, I use it to my ability. I learn from the game, and as you go in the corporate world, that same game is still there. So I use it to my benefit.
Okay. Do you have any regrets once again?
My regret is that I gave our children that drug.
Okay. I want you to reiterate that. Same question to you, Mr. Randolph. Do you feel like you have any regrets for being in the game?
No, and I'd like to expand on that. Presently, I am a substance abuse counselor. Go figure that one out. But I'm very proud of that fact. I have a master's, I got a bachelor's, but sometimes during my therapy sessions, I ask the group, if you could change anything in your life, what would you change? And most of them will give me these various answers. Then I said, well, ask Mr. Randolph, what would you change? And he said, Mr. Randolph, what would you change? And I said, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, this is Harold, right? This is Harold. And the reason I say that is because in order for me to sit before you guys today, as the Harold of today, the Harold for right now, I had to go through that. I had to go through being a junkie. I had to go through going to penitentiary. I had to go through going down to nothing to get me to where I am today. Because if I had my pleasures on it, I'd still be playing with the Cowboys today. 65 years old, y'all say, Harold, come on, sit down. come on, Harold. If I had so, but I didn't and I don't. So I thank God for allowing me to go through that to get me where I am today.
You already said you're a substance abuse counselor, so you feel like you already giving back to your community, right?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, that's good.
And also, if I may add right quick, I have a substance abuse, I have transitional housing.
Okay.
And it's a crisis solution to drugs and alcohol. I provide housing for people that are trying to come off of drugs. I've been doing this now for 16 years. I've been clean for 17 years. So the Lord has worked mightily in my life. The house is in Kinston, North Carolina, and I keep bed space. So actually, my brother, I am giving back also.
Mr. Clark, same question to you. Do you feel like you tore down the community, and do you have any regrets about that?
Do I feel like if I tore down the community, if I have regrets, I don't feel like I just felt like I just fell in line with the already in the process of the community already been torn down. Do I have any regrets? This is our granddaughter too.
Yes.
I have no regrets. I have no regrets because it was part of my journey. Shameless plug. My journey, my transitions to my transformation, to my testimony. That's the book I wrote, and all this stuff is inside my book already, right? But the reason I don't feel any regret because in the community today, I'm related. I can relate to what's going on in the community today. I can relate with the young kids that don't have both parents and no parents in the house right now. I can relate to the young athletes that are not getting support. I can relate to people that got girls in the house, little kids, right? I can relate. And as far as giving back to the community, I'm a commissioner for City of Greenwood for Rex and Park. I am on the advisory board for a swimming pool that they're building down in the West Greenwood Gym. I'm on the LRC, that's the local re-entry council for re-entry for Pitt County. Coach baseball at St. Mills Middle School. Trainer, personal trainer, conditioning coach on the Jackie Robinson Baseball League. So I'm in there. Man. I don't look Derek Clark get called up. One of the things that I told her at our very first training was that, hey, you would not have the excuse that you wasn't ready, that nobody helped prepare you, that nobody helped condition you, and that you didn't get the quality attention that you needed. You don't have that excuse.
All right. So, Dennis, what's your occupation?
I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm a factory manager at a huge company in Raleigh. My job, what we do, we serve 7 different counties throughout North Carolina, and we serve them with food. Okay. You know, so we feed a lot of kids, we feed a lot of school pantries, we feed a lot of churches, a lot of seniors programs. We do a lot, and I've been there 18 years. Awesome work.
Yes. And Terry, what was your occupation?
I'm administrative secretary. I work for the state of North Carolina. I work for White Medical Center and the rehab department.
So, what I'm getting at with you intelligent black people, you see how smart y'all are?
True.
And just having the opportunity to prove yourself and do the things that you're doing today, that's why I asked you the question, do you regret? I understand everybody's answer, and I respect it. That's the reason why you're up here today. So with that said, what led each and every one of y'all to get out of the game?
Well, in my mind, I was tired, no sleep, having the police dead on me, name ringing out me in public, wanted something better in life. Made my way through college, ended up with a job and just kept praying, deliver me. Being in the game is a power source to me, controls us. And it's not easy to just get out of it. It was one of the hardest things for me to do. But I kept striving and kept going until I completely got out of the game. And now I'm about 18 years out.
That's good. So before I move on, do you feel like being in the game as a hustler was an addiction?
Yes. And you're not only addicted to the money comes, you know that, but it's the control, it's the power, it's being in charge, authority. And also where you're recognized. You walk in the club, yo, what's up? Everybody's speaking, buying your drink, doing this, doing that. You get noticed. So that's a part of the loving of the game. Yeah.
Same here, Dennis.
Repeat that question.
Well, do you feel like there was an addiction? But before you answer that, I would like to know your exit. What was your exit out of the game?
My way out of the game, incarceration.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, if I'd never been sent away, possibility would be still digging and dabbing in the game. But when I went away, you know, you have time to lay in that cell and just think. So that was my way out. And to be honest with you, it's kind of glad. Because it ain't got to be, the drug life is actually easy as people think it is. I mean, the larger you get, the more money you start seeing, it get to be stressful, headache, it get to be dangerous. I seen time I was shaking in my own house, you know, what to do, you know, so. And like Terry said, it was awesome, man, to be able to say, I mean, I leave the club, I ain't got to pay to go in the club. 12 people with me, all of them walking in because they with ice cream. I mean, the line is from here around the corner, but we're going to pull up and we're going to walk in. You know, club closed, we go to the Waffle House or Harvest. I ain't even got to pay for my food.
Where are the places located at?
Greenville, North Carolina. Best city I have ever been in my life. I mean, no jobs here for us. And see, that's another reason why put us in that game. This is for the black people. Jobs are so hard in Greenville, North Carolina. So when I did leave, go away for a while, I said to myself, if I go back to Greenville, where I'm from, I'll probably get back into the game. But I ain't no dumb man. I got a little education. So if I move to Charlotte or Raleigh, I can better myself. And that's what I did. I made that change. The word is change. You make that change. Steve Harvey said take that jump. I took that jump. And now, I mean, I run a huge company in Raleigh. I got a nice big house, 4 cars. You know, I'm awesome. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I mean, Greenville taught me a lot. Taught me a lot.
Same question as you, Mr. Harold. What was your exit route of the game? Because you already established, shows your established occupation and what you're doing. So what was your exit route to get to that point?
17 years ago, I had an encounter with God, where God came to me and delivered me from heroin, crack cocaine, alcohol, tobacco at one time. Another story. When God did that for me, God told me, Harold, I've done something to you that's never been done before with you. I have cleaned you up like you've never been cleaned before. I'm tired of playing with you. This is it. From here on out, you go back and use any type of drug, get high or anything, surely you shall die. So today when I hear the word surely, I get chill. And chill bumps right now because I heard God speak to me. Now some people might say I wasn't on medication or I was schizophrenic, I was hearing things. No. They can have those opinions if they want to, and that's all that's cool. But God said to me, surely you shall die. That was 17 years ago. Have a look back. When God comes in and does what he do for you, he cleans it all up. So he gave me the ability to go back to school and to get my education. And if I may say this, I'm really, I commend you. I never knew that you were doing what you're doing now. I see you, but man, I took my hat to you, bro. That is totally awesome. That is totally awesome, man. I really appreciate it for that. And last shout out, KG, I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to do this, man. I'm telling you, I love the camera, as you can see. Got to cut y'all, but I I love it, and I really appreciate you giving us this opportunity.
No problem. And Doc, what was your exit route from the game?
Hey, defined purposes are fulfilled in everyday experiences. Moonlight. 3 out of the 4 was prison.
Right.
16 years and 11 months. That was it right there. But I always knew back in the day that there was only going to be one shot. I'm going to jail one time, and that was it. That was it.
Okay, so with all the accomplishments, once again, and thinking about all the things and what you know now, Dennis, when you was laying in that cell, and what was your fear about coming back to Greenville once again? You feeling that you was gonna hustle if you came back here?
I truly was scared that once I stepped back into Greenville, North Carolina, remember I said everybody always looked up to me, gave me a lot of respect. I knew if I came back to Greenville, I knew this. They would say, Q, boy, I got you. Boy, do you need anything? Because I left some friends, I mean, they went away too, but they came home before I did. And you know, through the phone call, they back out rolling.
Right.
So if I go back to Greenville, yeah, I'm gonna take that package. But I knew if I moved to people I don't know, ain't no stranger gonna walk with me and give me no package. You know, so I think I did the best.
You got a new start.
A new start, you know, that change and that new start is a blessing. It is.
King Doobie, that's God flow. Keep it real is my MO. My job is the studio. Pure talent, no slideshow. On the road, had to go and get it. No games and no quitting. If you speak it, you better live it. Lot of action coming off the vision. Making moves, what restriction? 10 toes down, I'm so committed. Without a doubt, did the north, did the south. Overseas, had a sight to see. Yes, it was exciting. There's breakfast in bed. You doing numbers off the Fed. Conscious still remind me. Gotta go hard, can't be weak. And you know it's deep. Running off no type of sleep. I'm all in, can't be moved. No lies without the truth. No knowledge, that's a tree without roots. What be wrong with you?
Yeah, if the devil try to come for me, he gon' win, it's the God in me. Yeah, shooters on the roof, that is Calvary. And this is my land, I let my people free. If the devil try to come for me, yeah, he gon' witness the God in me. Yeah, shooters on the roof, that is Calvary. And this is my land, I set my people free. God flow,
God flow,
God flow,
God flow,
God flow,
God
this
flow,
is the God flow,
God flow,
God flow,
God flow,
God flow,
God flow,
God flow. You just
God
witness
flow.
the God though. I'm down for the cause, no filters on my mouth. Never black and brown, I say it loud. Come find me if you don't like it, ho.